We're using the Fluke Model 789 process meter to simulate a transmitter. Notice our connection to the transmitter. The connection here, we have replaced the connections to the transmitter with the test leads to our process meter. What this means in the simulate mode is the process meter is now acting as a current regulator. It's relying on the power source, the loop power source, to provide loop power, but now instead of the transmitter circuitry regulating current, this is regulating current. So I get to tell it, do I want 8 milliamps in the circuit? Do I want 12? Do I want 12.3? Do I want 12.305? You know, I can dial it up and down just like I did before, but this time, instead of this supplying the electrical energy, it's merely regulating the current the same way a two-wire loop power transmitter would regulate the current. Now, one thing else I want to show while we've got this hooked up, we are simulating a signal to the transmitter. Our controller happens to be in automatic mode, and it's controlling the position of that valve. If we take a look at this pressure gauge down here in the positioner, that is the signal coming from our I to V converter, currently a little over 3 psi. As I move the signal on my Fluke Model 789 process meter, you're going to see that signal march up. There we go. Then I'm going to go down on my current signal, and you're going to see going down, down, down. What you're seeing there is the output of the distributive control system controller integrating up and down on the output signal. So what it's doing is it's ramping up and ramping down, and we can see with the camera here, we can see how the update time of that control system is finite. As I put a larger signal into our loop calibrator, we can watch the needle on that gauge go up in steps. Those steps, those increments that you see, that update time is the scan rate of our control system. You can see with a digital control system like the Emerson Delta V, it is not instant. It actually does take some time to scan through. Truth be known, every digital control system works like this. The only difference is how fast it scans. Some systems are slower than this, some are faster. The only controller that goes through at pretty much an infinite speed is an analog PID controller, and you don't find too many of those anymore. So, in summary, demonstration of the Fluke Model 789 process meter and how we can use it to simulate the current that would normally be put out by a two-wire loop-powered transmitter.